I've got a very interesting question for you. What's your immune system? Do you know it's a word that we use so much, isn't it? Oh, my immune system must be down, that's why I've got a cold. But what is your immune system? What is your immune system? I'd like to have a look tonight at what your immune system is, because it's important to know something about the house you live in, isn't it? And isn't it the most important, yet the most neglected form of education is the house we're living in, knowing something about the body that we live in? Was that an eye-opening to you, what happens to your food? That all your food's not digested in your stomach, it's actually digested in different parts of your gastrointestinal tract.
Barbara O'Neill is a renowned naturopath, nutritionist, and health educator, with a lifetime dedicated to studying the body's amazing ability to heal itself. She emphasizes that the human body can heal itself if provided with the right conditions, a principle central to her approach. Barbara teaches that autoimmune diseases result from imbalances in the body, and by correcting these imbalances, the immune system can function optimally once again.
My aim is to give you an understanding of these things, and then you automatically have the knowledge on how to treat this amazing body that we've been given. So I'd like to begin by looking at where the immune system starts. Now look at our human body. We've got a protection around the body. It's called skin. Is that right? Skin. And when you break the skin, you have to be careful. Because if you break the skin, now the flesh and the blood's exposed, and the microbes that are in the air, especially if there's some pathogens, they can get in there. Is that right? So your skin. So whenever the skin breaks, we've got to be careful to wash it, clean it, and bind it, don't we? Until it seals, to protect it. There are orifices. Let's have a look at the ears. Amazing protection in the ears. There's all these little hairs, and then there's an eardrum to protect from any harmful pathogens getting in. Let's go to the eyes. What an amazing thing is the eye. If something hits you, you've got two bones there to protect it. And if something's flying through the air, you've got eyelashes, and they blink. And the blinking reflex and the lashes stop anything getting in the eye. But if something actually gets through that and into the eye, then we've got this mucus layer around the eye. And we know if we get something in the eye, like a bug or something, we just have to go around the world for a few times, is that right? And it'll go to the corner, and by now it's dead because all the mucus has drowned it, and we can flick it out of the eye. Then we come to the nose. What an amazing organism is the nose. Did you know that in the nose there are all these little hairs? And in the nose it's like a cave with all these little cavities. And if we breathe in something that's got dust on it, it's heavy. If we breathe in pure air, it is so light it goes straight through into the trachea and down into the lungs. But if it's got a bit of dust or something on it, it's heavier. So when it comes into the nose, it starts ricocheting around all those little cavities. It shoots backwards and forwards to drop off the dust. Then it becomes light and it goes back down the trachea and into the lungs. And then at the end of the day, we blow our nose. Is that right? Especially we've been digging in the garden. So those hairs there are there to trap any dust or things like that are on it. And then we come to the mouth. Do you know there's no hairs in your mouth? That's why we should be nose breathers, not mouth breathers. We should be nose breathers. And if someone says, well, I can't breathe through my nose, so then I ask, why can't you breathe through your nose? Well, it's all blocked up. So why is it blocked up? Oh, it's just always blocked up. Do you know excess mucus in that area indicates that that person's got an allergy. It might be to an allergy to a chemical. It might be allergy to a mould, maybe they're breathing in, or it could be an allergy to the food they're eating. And the three most common allergens are wheat, the hybridised wheat of today, dairy and refined sugar. So one of the most common symptoms of someone having an allergy is their constant mucus, constantly blowing their nose. That should not be. You see, the body creates mucus to protect the mucous membranes from something they've got an allergy to.
Today, we'll explore her top food recommendations for fighting autoimmune diseases. 1. Turmeric. Turmeric is an essential food in fighting autoimmune diseases due to its powerful anti-inflammatory properties. This yellow spice contains curcumin, which helps inhibit pro-inflammatory cytokines and enzymes that contribute to autoimmune flare-ups.
We are all so different. We're all a combination of birth, genetics, experiences, and that's why I believe everyone should be their own doctor. There is another herb that you can take on the inside to get inflammation down, and that's turmeric. Turmeric's a very powerful herb internally to get the inflammation down.
How often or how
So,
much?
a teaspoon 3 times a day.
Sure.
If it's the fresh turmeric, you would triple that dose. If it's dried, then you bring it back.
Barbara O'Neill highlights turmeric as a cornerstone in the healing process. By adding turmeric to your diet, you can reduce inflammation and support your body's ability to heal itself. Barbara teaches that healing is possible only when the body is given the right conditions. Just as a surgeon can stitch a wound but cannot heal it, curcumin from turmeric helps set the stage for healing by reducing inflammation. This is why adding anti-inflammatory foods is a vital part of managing autoimmune conditions. 2. Leafy greens.
Introduce your children to vegetables and they'll eat vegetables, but if you introduce them to cakes and pastries and cookies, they're not going to eat their vegetables. Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, that's your, what you call them, collard greens. Do you know, I've never seen collard greens in Australia. You can tell I'm in Alabama. They're a popular food here, but we do have spinach and silver beet, kale. We should be eating something from the dark green family of vegetables every single day. And if you don't, you really should have a dose of green barley or super greens. Also vegetables. Vegetables have an alkaline effect. But there is a question mark with vegetables. I'm putting a question mark here because for some people these have an alkaline effect and sometimes an acid effect. It's the tomato and bell pepper, or in Australia we call that capsicum. Also eggplant, and some countries call this aubergine. And last is the potato. Now this is not the sweet potato. The sweet potato is actually not a potato. The sweet potato is a yam. I'm referring to the English potato or the Irish potato. This is the nightshade group of vegetables, and for some people they have an acid effect, and for some people they have an alkaline effect. Let me tell you what I have found with me. My mother died at 51, a cripple in a wheelchair with rheumatoid arthritis. I have strong inherited genes to that way. And my body says to me, a little tomato now and then. My body says to me, don't even touch the bell pepper. What happens if I touch it? Oh, it repeats on me all afternoon and my energy just goes. So I say, I'm hearing your body and I don't eat it. The eggplant, I have a little eggplant now and then, maybe twice a month. Potato, my husband's an Irishman. Potatoes must be in every main meal, so I have it probably most days. That's what my body tells me. I don't know what your body will tell you. Now, I could have 10 professors in front of me saying, this is ridiculous, Barbara. The bell pepper is a very good vegetable. It is high in antioxidants and vitamin C's. You should be eating it. Who am I going to listen to? I've got to live in this body. That's why the fine-tuning is yours. No man on the planet can tell you the fine-tuning. Only your body can. We had one lady who conquered her arthritis. Isn't that good news? Yeah. She conquered her arthritis by stopping the nightshades. It appears if you have an inflammatory condition in the body, the nightshades will feed that inflammation. She conquered her arthritis. She was in her 70s. Even her swollen joints came down. Isn't that good news? She said to me, "Do you think I could start eating that now?" I said, "You could try. Your body will quickly tell you." She told me later that her body lets her have half a tomato every second day. Her body does not let her have the bell pepper. Her body lets her have a little eggplant now and then, and she has potato a couple of times a week. She said, "My body's happy with that." One lady said to me, "I can have the green bell pepper but not the red." Another lady said, "Well, I can have the red and not the green." Another lady said, "I can have the raw and not the cooked." And another lady said, "Well, I can have the cooked and not the raw." I find that my body's very happy with cayenne pepper, and yet that's from the capsicum of the bell pepper family. I think perhaps the medicinal properties of the cayenne pepper maybe far outweigh for me the reaction. So the choice is yours, the question mark's there. If you love this food, if you have no reaction and no arthritis, enjoy.
Dark, leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are packed with antioxidants and chlorophyll, which help detoxify the body and lower inflammation. These vegetables also support the body's pH balance, creating an environment where autoimmune diseases are less likely to thrive. According to Barbara O'Neill, eating leafy greens regularly helps restore balance in the body, which is crucial for reducing autoimmune symptoms. Barbara often refers to how the body operates according to precision balance, and leafy greens play a key role in maintaining this balance. When the body's balance is disrupted, autoimmune diseases can take hold, but by including these greens in your diet, you support the body's healing processes. 3. Ginger.
And now we're going to look at ginger. And ginger, you'll see that it's in the flu bomb. It's a heating herb. If someone has been out shoveling snow and they come in and they're extremely cold, give them a cup of hot ginger tea. And you will see that they will warm up quite quickly. So you can use ginger internally and you can use it externally. So first of all, we'll look at it internally. Internally, you can grate it on this little fine grater, probably about a teaspoon, and you pour a cup of boiling water on it. Let it just sit for about 10 minutes and strain it, and there's your ginger tea. So that hot ginger tea can be used to warm someone up. It can be used for someone's got a cold, sore throat. It also can be used for anyone that's got an upset stomach. Ginger is well known for being an anti-nausea herb. So if anyone has nausea, finely grate the ginger, pour boiling water on it, and they can sip on that tea. It makes a delicious tea. So you might use, there's some graters like this, or the fine grater on the big one, and about a teaspoon into a little teapot, and then pour the boiling water in. In about 10 minutes, you'll find it's drinkable temperature and the person can sip on it. If you buy seasickness or car sickness tablets, it's nearly always just compressed ginger. Now we're going to use it on the outside. We're going to make a poultice. And I fold over cling wrap a few times so it's a little better to use. And I put that down on my little chopping board, and then I get a cloth. It's good to have a poultice box and have a collection of these cloths. That's a good size to make a poultice. And now we're going to grate the ginger, and we grate it on this small one. So where would we use ginger? Ginger can be used for any joint pain. So remember, ginger's for joint. And I grate up, let's say I'm going to put it on a sore wrist. Anywhere where there is inflammation in the joint, it can be used. So let's say a person's got some arthritis in their joint and it's quite painful. A ginger poultice can be made because this ginger poultice appears to draw the inflammation out of the joint. So you can see here I'm spreading out the ginger. I'm going to apply it to an area probably about 2 inches by 2 inches. So you spread it out evenly. And then to make the poultice, you're going to make a little package. So top over bottom and then side over side. and then you turn it over, and the part that goes onto the body is the part that's just got one layer. So you can see the yellow ginger juice starting to come out of there. You also see that the plastic wants to be about 1/2 inch more than the poultice itself. And the reason that you are using the plastic is to protect the clothes, but also to keep the poultice from chilling. So let's say I'm putting it on my wrist. So then I'll put it on the area like that, and then I'll bandage it on. Ideally, it's well bandaged, because you don't want air coming into any of those areas which can chill it, and you don't want it chilled. So this can be used for arthritis, it can be used for gout, it can be used for sore knees, it can be used for lower back. It's very good for sore lower back, anywhere where you've got inflammation. So the sore lower back, we've had people sing its praises. We've had people at our retreats that have a very sore lower back. We apply the ginger poultice, and usually their pants can hold it in place. And within 1/2 an hour, they're telling us it's getting very hot. When the skin gets hot under the ginger poultice, it's an indication that it's drawing the inflammation out of the joint to the skin. When someone has a sore lower back, they often want to put a hot water bottle on their back. Now, the hot water bottle does bring relief, because whenever you're in pain, the muscles tend to cramp. Basically, they're going out in sympathy with the pain. And our body naturally cramps against pain because it's painful. And the hot water bottle relaxes those cramping muscles, so there is some relief. But a hot water bottle on an inflamed area can increase the inflammation. So the hot water bottle is really not the best, because it can increase the inflammation even though it relaxes the muscles. Whereas the ginger poultice, when it's applied to the lower back and the ginger starts to draw the inflammation out of the joint to the skin and the whole area gets hot, that's relaxing the cramping muscles. So the ginger poultice relaxes the cramping muscle, and the ginger poultice pulls the inflammation out of the joint. I usually apply the ginger poultice maybe about 6 o'clock in the evening. Say the person's got a sore knee or a sore wrist or wherever it may be. And that allows the person to feel how hot it's going to get. Because if you put it on just before you go to bed and 1/2 an hour later you're woken up because it's feeling quite burning, it can interfere with your sleep. So if you put it on about 6, it gives the person the opportunity to assess it and say, I actually like that heat, I can sleep with that, or it's too hot, we'll take it off. Even if you take it off after 1/2 an hour, it has still had an effect.
Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that addressing gut health is critical in managing autoimmune conditions, and ginger helps soothe and repair the digestive system. Barbara O'Neill teaches that when the body experiences pain or inflammation, it is signaling that something is wrong. She advises that investigating the root cause, such as inflammation in the gut, is essential for healing. Ginger, with its ability to calm inflammation, is one of the foods that can address these root causes. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory that works wonders for those suffering from autoimmune diseases. The active compound in ginger, gingerol, helps reduce inflammation and supports digestive health. For those with autoimmune diseases that affect the gut, such as Crohn's disease, ginger is a vital remedy. Avocados. Avocados are rich in healthy fats and fiber, which makes them perfect for fighting autoimmune diseases. The monounsaturated fats in avocados help reduce inflammation, while the fiber promotes a healthy gut microbiome, a critical factor in autoimmune health.
Well, there are 3 things that give the feeling of satiation or satisfaction, and that is fiber, protein and fat. And so I would also assess, yes, the protein's very important. So also is the fat. I'm not advocating a high-fat diet, but there should be a part of fat in the meal, maybe a little olive oil in the lentils, maybe a little olive oil on the potatoes, maybe some avocado, maybe finishing the meal with 8 to 10 nuts. There's some good fats to finish with. I'd also check to make sure the person is chewing properly. Sometimes when people are eating too fast, they're not accessing the nutrients in their food that they need. And the third point may be that their hydrochloric acid is low. And To boost hydrochloric acid, you make sure there's gaps between meals, make sure you're drinking between meals and not with meals, and taking the juice of a lemon or a little cayenne pepper before the meal, that can boost hydrochloric acid.
5. Blueberries. Blueberries are antioxidant powerhouses, particularly rich in anthocyanins, which fight oxidative stress and inflammation. These tiny fruits help support the immune system and prevent autoimmune flare-ups by neutralizing harmful free radicals. Barbara O'Neill points out that oxidative stress is a major contributor to autoimmune diseases, and consuming antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries can help protect the body from further damage. Barbara teaches that just as the body reacts to external signs, such as hunger or thirst, it also reacts to internal imbalances, like oxidative stress. By consuming foods rich in antioxidants, we address these internal imbalances, helping the body restore its natural healing abilities. 6. Coconut oil.
I was asked this question when I was giving a presentation to about 5,000 Fijians a few years ago. They asked me, is coconut oil good for you? Because they had been told that it was bad. And so I asked them a question. Were your ancestors healthy? There was a silence. And then these 5,000 Fijians began to laugh. Because they were very healthy. When Captain Cook landed on those South Pacific Islands, he was confronted with the most magnificent specimens of humanity he had ever seen. The men were tall, strong, agile. They had perfect teeth. The women were very beautiful. They had beautiful, long, silky hair. In some islands it was a little shorter. He had a little bit of trouble with his men. The women were so beautiful. And what did they eat every meal? Coconut oil. They have coconut every meal. Recently I was talking to a couple. The lady was Samoan, her husband was Hawaiian. They were in their mid-40s. And they said, yes, that's what we grew up. That we grew up with coconut in every single meal. The BHSC method uses Bible, history, science, and common sense. Is coconut oil in the Bible? No, it is not. But then again, the Bible was not written in the South Pacific Islands. The Bible talks about olive oil because where the Bible was written, that was the oil of use at the time. The coconut has been used for centuries. And I'm very thankful for Dr. Bruce Fife, who has written many books on the coconut oil. In fact, I can't tell you how many, but I think it might be up to 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 by now. One's the miracle oil, coconut oil. Another one is coconut cures. Another one is oil pulling. Another one is his books on neurological problems. His book, Stop Autism Now, talks about all neurological problems in children. And his other book, Stop Alzheimer's Now, talks about all neurological problems in adults. And the remedy is coconut oil. And he shows in there that because coconut oil is high in medium-chain fatty acids, the liver breaks it down to ketones. And he shows that ketones are neurohealers, neuroprotectors. It is a remarkable oil. I believe Dr. Bruce Fife should be receiving a Nobel Prize for his books on the coconut oil because he shows the science behind what history has already shown us, that the South Pacific Islanders endured magnificent health.
Coconut oil is an essential part of Barbara O'Neill's autoimmune protocol. The medium-chain triglycerides in coconut oil are easily digestible, providing the body with quick energy while reducing inflammation. Coconut oil also contains lauric acid, which has antimicrobial and antiviral properties, making it an excellent choice for supporting immune function and combating autoimmune diseases. Barbara teaches that inflammation is often a root cause of disease. By consuming foods like coconut oil, which have anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting properties, you help create the right conditions for the body to heal itself. It's all about giving the body what it needs to function optimally. 7. Green tea. Green tea is rich in catechins, powerful antioxidants that help regulate the immune system and reduce inflammation. Drinking green tea regularly can lower the risk of autoimmune diseases by modulating the body's immune response. Barbara O'Neill recommends green tea as a daily addition to the diet for its ability to balance the immune system and promote overall health. 8. Garlic.
And we're going to look at a relative of the onion now, which is garlic. And this is a nice garlic. I always look for the purple ones. So you want to have a look at for the, I was going to say Australia, but I'm in America now. So I try not to get the Chinese ones. And if you press it down, you can open it up easily. And this is your natural antibiotic. In your book, there's a recipe for the flu bomb. And the flu bomb has crushed garlic in it. I don't say how much because it depends how much you dare. Some people can handle a couple of cloves. Some people can handle only 1 clove. Also a little bit of grated ginger. Sprinkle of cayenne pepper, or half a teaspoon if you can handle it. Drop of eucalyptus oil, only a drop. There's definitely a measurement there. One lady rang up and she said, "Barbara, I can't use this eucalyptus oil." I said, "Why not?" She said, "It says on the bottle, not fit for human consumption." I said, "We're not asking you to drink the bottle." It's 1 drop. In Australia, you can buy eucalyptus cough lozenges. What do you think's in the cough lozenges? Eucalyptus oil. So you only 1 drop. Yes, you'd probably be in trouble if you drank half a cup, but I think that's a bit of common sense, isn't it? Now what I'm doing now, this is what you do to a baby. You could do it to a newborn baby, you could do it to any baby. So I've got a little cloth that's a strip, and that looks like about 8 inches long, about a bit more than 1 inch wide, and I've put some fine slices of garlic on there. And I'm going to cover that over, and I'm going to pretend that the palm of my hand is the bottom of the foot. So I've got a layer of cloth between the fine slices of garlic and the skin. If that garlic touches the skin, it will blister the skin. Not so with the onion, but definitely with the garlic. And you can do this to a baby any age, and within a couple of minutes you can smell it on their breath, because it takes 1 minute for 1 drop of blood to go around the whole body. So this is a great way to get garlic into a baby if they've got a little bit of a chesty cough, or if they've got a head cold, a bit snuffly, then you can put the garlic on their feet. I used to put it on my son James. I realise now, and I didn't realise at the time, that we lived in a house that backed onto a swamp, so my children often got chest colds. When I moved to the rainforest, high and dry, no more chest colds, or very rare. But when he was 3, he used to get them a lot, so I'd finely slice the garlic, wrap it on his feet, put a sock and a shoe on, and send him off to play. So every step he takes, what's happening? Little bit more, little bit more. At the end of the day, when I took his shoes and socks off, and the garlic off, the garlic was like bits of yellow dried leather, not 1 bit of juice left in it. It had all gone into James. So that's a way that you can get the garlic into the little ones. Although I find you crush garlic into mashed avocado and a bit of chopped tomato and salt, and put it on some crackers. I find even little ones will quite enjoy that. But garlic is a potent antibiotic, and you can use it as such. If you want to use it as an antibiotic, you would probably need probably at least 3 of those medium-sized cloves a day. And you could have it in the flu bomb, or you could crush it into a bowl of hot soup, or you could put it on a slice of sourdough toast and put avocado on top. But that garlic going in has a great effect for a chest cold or a head cold.
Garlic is one of the most potent foods for boosting immune function and reducing inflammation. Its sulfur compounds, like allicin, enhance immune response and combat inflammation, making it a powerful weapon against autoimmune diseases. Barbara O'Neill frequently includes garlic in her recommendations for its wide-ranging health benefits, particularly in modulating immune activity. As Barbara O'Neill explains, the body's immune system can become unbalanced, leading to autoimmune reactions. Garlic works to restore this balance by supporting immune function and reducing inflammation. It's a simple yet powerful food, that plays a crucial role in the body's healing process. Now that you know the top 8 foods that can destroy autoimmune diseases, it's time to start incorporating them into your daily routine. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing health tips. Share this with others who may benefit from these natural remedies, and we'll see you in the next video.